In 1912, Nikola Tesla, a visionary genius, saw ways to tame the sky, to make the atmosphere glow. He developed alternating current, high-frequency radio technology, and free energy. He experimented with both high and low frequencies and electromagnetic waves, and he claimed he knew how to split the Earth in two. In 1985, Bernard Eastlund applied for patents that could make some of these ideas real. Many claim that these patents have become the blueprint for HARP, High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program.
In 1983, I did radio tomography with 30 watts, looking for oil in the ground. I found 26 oil wells over a 9-state area, and 100% of the time was accurate with just 30 watts of power beaming straight into solid rock. HARP uses 1 billion watts.
Where the ionosphere gets irradiated with these big beams.
That was 1 watt per centimeter. HARP focuses 3.6 million watts and squeezes it into a 1 billion watt or gigawatt beam.
We're squeezing the megawatts into a narrow beam. Then in a very tiny area, you can create what's it called, an effective gigawatt.
It takes a tiny, tiny amount of energy to release a huge amount of energy. It's the same as a bullet, for example. If you have the primer on the back of a bullet, and that primer releases a tiny amount of energy, but it triggers the larger power in the bullet itself. And HARP is playing with the energy system of the Earth.
We're beginning with a major breaking story on tonight's program. What I want to do is take you to these pictures that we've just received in truly remarkable images coming out of Japan. A tsunami is sweeping onto the Japanese mainland following a monster earthquake. It struck at 8.8 on the Richter scale, some 125 kilometers off the east coast of Japan. Now, these images were live just a few minutes ago, sweeping onto the east coast of Japan. We believe that it's in or around the Miyagi prefecture, which is on the east coast. Authorities there clearly bracing themselves for tragic news. There will be homes, there will be people in the way of that massive wave that is sweeping up onto the coastline there as we speak. The earthquake took place at 2:46 p.m. local time on Friday. That was within the last hour or so. It was felt as far away as in the capital, Tokyo. There is a tsunami warning in place now for Japan, Russia, the Marcus Islands, as well as the Northern Marianas. Let's go now to live pictures which are coming into us. This is an aerial shot above Japan, the east coast. You can see there a fire has broken out. That wave is sweeping in. At its height, we're told it was striking the east coast of the country at 10 meters. That is absolutely phenomenal. This is farming land, as you can see, so perhaps the population not as dense as it is perhaps in other parts of Japan, but clearly homes and people in the way of this enormous wave that's sweeping through. As I mentioned just a moment ago, it struck at 8.8 on the Richter scale. A tsunami warning in place for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island and the Northern Marianas. Now there is a tsunami watch in place for Guam, Taiwan, the Philippines, Indonesia and Hawaii. All of these countries sit on the infamous Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone prone to earthquakes. All right, just a few minutes ago I spoke to a friend of mine, Chikayo Morigiri. She's a television producer in Tokyo. She spoke to me via Skype. This is her experience. Chiki, this has just happened. Tell us what you felt there in Tokyo.
It's pretty long, and then like it lasts like 2 minutes or something, and then it starts smaller, and then like it's longer, and then still kind of shaking right now. And then there is 2 earthquakes happen. One is on north from at Miyagi, and then one is near Tokyo.
And you've been trying to get in touch with your family. Are you able to do that? Does everybody that you know report that they're okay?
Yes, I tried to call my brother like 10 times, but it didn't work. But we can communicate us through text.
Japan is a country that's
And
prone.
then he's okay.
Japan is a country that's prone to earthquakes. There's always been an expectation that there would be a big one. Do you think that's what we're experiencing now?
Yeah, I feel like really scary because I've been experienced the Osaka earthquake like more than 10 years ago. And then, you know, we used to earthquake, but this is really long and then pretty big, and then I think people start panicked.
What's the situation there in Tokyo like right now? Are there people running out into the streets scared? Are there fires, anything like that?
Because in the middle of Tokyo, it's like too many high buildings, so people get out from the building and then they try to find the place where there's no roof or, you know, just park. So people just standing at the park. I saw it from TV, yeah.
Chiki, thank you very much. That was Chikayo Morigiri speaking to me a few minutes ago from Tokyo. Let's just take you back to these incredible live pictures, apocalyptic scenes really there on the east coast of Japan as this enormous wave, tsunami wave, sweeps across the coastline. Just to bring you up to date with the facts that we know at the moment, 8.8 on the Richter scale. It struck at a depth of 10 kilometres, some 125 kilometres off the coast. Tsunami warning in place for Japan, Russia, Marcus Island and the Northern Marianas. For Guam, Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia and Hawaii, there's a tsunami watch.
People near the coast should evacuate immediately to higher ground if they are.
That warning was extremely good advice.
Prefecture, northeastern Japan, an intensity of 7 was recorded on the R studios.
When earthquakes hit newsrooms, it's easy to see straight away how powerful they are. And if they're out to sea, just off the coast, then the tsunami doesn't take long to turn up.
And this is a look, once again, at Kamaishi City in Iwate Prefecture, and it looks like the tsunami has been engulfing the port. You're seeing live footage of a tsunami engulfing the port area of Kamaishi City in Iwate Prefecture. We've been reporting earlier on that the meteorological agency has issued a warning for tsunami up to 6 meters deep, 6 meters high, and this is what's happening right as we speak. A large tsunami engulfing the port of Kamaishi in Iwate Prefecture.
While that was all happening in the northeast of Japan, Tokyo, the capital further south, was feeling it as well in different ways. TV channels showed fires burning, people trapped in high-rise buildings. Although other pictures suggested most buildings had stood up to the earthquake, as they're designed to, others had collapsed, and it's impossible to imagine the number of dead from this won't be substantial.
Also established a special office to look into the damage to banks and other financial institutions.
Geological experts have warned that while the tsunami roared west towards Japan, it's also likely to have moved north, and that means the southeastern tip of Russia near Vladivostok. There are warnings for other countries as well, as diverse as Taiwan and Hawaii. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera.